I'm Catherine Garceau, a high-performance coach and Olympic medalist from Sydney 2000. And I'm here with Jack, CEO of Essentia. I have 3 burning questions I'm going to be asking Jack. I've always been an avid researcher of natural environments and products, and I was so happy to find Essentia when I did, because I was upgrading my home environment, including my bedroom and what I sleep on. So my first question for you, Jack, is we often hear about natural mattresses being important as far as like what we sleep on, the material our skin is actually touching. But what I didn't realize was that there's actually an off-gassing of the material, so it improves our air quality, and made me think of chlorine and byproducts in pools that I really research. So maybe you can expand on that.
You're pretty familiar, because most people, you spend so much time in the pool, so you understand the impact of chlorine. While people are only 20 minutes in the pool, they may not realize how bad chlorine is for them. When you're in a bed, we all sleep a third of our lives. So what's in that bed is going to be critical. There are a few things going on at the same time. So if you have a synthetic mattress, and this is kind of the research that led you to Essentia, is you didn't want a synthetic mattress. Yeah. So in the synthetic mattress, even if you've got the fiber on top, the gases that come out of that are extremely thin. That's why you can't see them. If they were thick, you'd see them like smoke. You'd see them like vapor. But they're so thin, they go right through the fibers, right through the fabric barriers. You can't stop the gases from coming out of those mattresses. And that's what you breathe in every night. That's kind of, you've already known that, that's why you found Essentia, but it's critical that you can't stop that from happening. So that means you shouldn't buy it, you shouldn't have it in your home, you shouldn't be reducing the quality of your indoor air. But there's something else when you're talking about organic mattresses, where those guys aren't getting it sometimes, is that you can't just worry about the toxins, you also have to worry about the allergens. And the allergens are what's hiding in the nesting ground. And organic mattresses, what happens is, there are 2 types of organic mattresses. One is an inner spring coil with a layer of latex on top and a padding, typically of organic wool. What's happening there is a couple of things. One is, the only reason for the coil is it's inexpensive. So that's your inexpensive organic mattress at $2,500, has the coil in it. But ultimately that deteriorates, doesn't work very well. The latex is great. That's the type of cushioning that you want, but it's a rubbery feeling, so it doesn't give you the comfort, so you need to have the wool on top. The problem with the wool is here. That's where, one, the heat, which I've explained to you before, this, heating up in bed is not a good thing. It keeps your brain activity going, and you're not resting, right? Yeah. I don't know where you're taking this, but I'm still talking.
I love to sleep cool. I love sleeping cool.
But ultimately, it's the dust mites, the nesting ground, the feces that are left behind in there. Those proteins cause allergens. Those are allergens, I should say, and also it's bad for the respiratory environment. So it's not just toxins, it's also allergens that are an issue. The other thing is, a little known secret, is that wool is not a fire retardant. And organic mattresses kind of try to say that wool is your fire barrier. Wool's not your fire barrier. If anybody wants to test this at home, take wool yarn. Take a string of wool yarn and just simply light lighter to it. And you're gonna see it burn all the way through. So according to US regulations, a mattress needs a fire barrier. It needs to pass an open flame test for 6 seconds. That open flame of a blowtorch is going to burn right through that organic wool. The way they get across is they promote the organic wool, but ultimately they have a chemical backing on it. And again, that goes back into the same problem of having chemicals that emit through the fibers and all that. So ultimately, by law, you need to have a fire barrier, and the cleanest one you can have is a Kevlar barrier. It's a Kevlar sock. We've tested it for air quality, and we see that it has little to no off-gassing. So that's what we've selected in Essentia. But it's important that every component you put in a mattress, from the, and you've got to be so careful. Even the fabric on top. You don't want a polyester fabric. You don't want a polyester back fabric. A common practice is to have an organic top with a polyester backing on it. So again, you just got to be careful what's marketing, what's merchandising, and what's real fact and what's behind. We work with everything third party. We work with, we're part of the wellness movement. We're part of the Well Living Lab. Our products are tested in human environments and tested to really get performance going to the next level.